guys, welcome back to His Daughter, His Queen. I'm so excited. I'm excited because life is exciting. God is good. And I know that no matter where you are in your marriage, that God can bless it, that God could make it great. And if it's great, He can make it even greater, right? Oh my goodness. So I've learned this principle years ago. I have not mastered it. I am still in school. I'm learning about my husband, learning about marriage. You know, I could just go off on a tantrum here, but I think that more marriages will last if we knew more. If we knew before we got married the things it would entail, or honestly, if we knew the Bible more. And I say that to say that if we learned how to forgive more, if we learned to be selfless, if we learned how to love. Is somebody bouncing a basketball? That's a kid outside. Y'all don't pay attention. They was. Anyway, so I have learned that there's so much knowledge in books. And I did well in school, but I didn't like school. I could pass the test. Did I retain the information? No. But I've learned that in marriage, if you want to grow, you have to study. You have to study your husband, and you have to study the topic of marriage. Whether it's books, honey, this is just a little bit. It's just a few because I have so many books on marriages. So many. Just the 5 love languages, the naked marriage, which I love them, Dave and Ashley, towards a growing marriage, saying I do or staying I do, staying I do, soulmates. Oh my goodness, there's so many books, y'all. There is no excuse these days of why our marriages aren't lasting. If you put in the work, and really and truly, if you spent the time that you spend, or if you spent your time reading and studying like you planned your wedding, we would have a lot less divorces. I'm not like, y'all know this is my 3rd marriage. And if I knew the things that I know now, then I wouldn't have got married them 2 times, to be perfectly honest. But God's grace is sufficient, and I learned so much from those marriages. And I think that at the end of the day, it has helped me to be the wife that I am to my husband now. I think that it has helped me to grow, to see things about myself and to change them and to give them to God, and to, like I said, grow. We can't expect, like, there's a lot of things we want our husbands to change, to do. Or we say, oh, they're not the same person that they used to be. Honey boo, neither are you. Like, every day we should be growing, and we should not be the same person I am, or the person I am today. I should not be the same person 5 years from now. I should be growing. And the same with your husband. He should be growing. So he should not be the same person that you married. He should have the same core values. Especially they should be biblical values and characters. But he shouldn't be the same person. He shouldn't desire the same things as far as goals, because you should be, in all the time that you're together, accomplishing some goals, right? So we've accomplished these, now we have to set new goals. So therefore I may have to move a little differently than I did before. I may have to, grow in this area. I may have to lessen in this area. Like, there's so much that happens within us, and changes that we make, knowingly and unknowingly, that is happening in your marriage. Like, I am growing in my knowledge of marriage and all that, and if I don't, like, grab a hold to my husband and take his hand and him go with me, I could be like so far ahead, but I don't want to do that, especially in marriage. It may be in other areas of life, but in marriage, I want to grow together. So if I hear a podcast, if I'm reading a book, or like, I'm going to share that with him so we can grow in knowledge together so that our marriage can grow and we can continue to go to the next level, level after level, just always leveling up, being better and better. Him being a better husband, me being a better wife. That should be our goal. Like, together are better together. That's what our goal should be. So we should never stop studying our husband. We should study the way he moves, study his moods, study the way his thought process. Like, don't stop studying him. Don't stop getting to know him. And I think a lot of times we don't do this because we don't do it for ourselves. Like, we expect our husbands to know this about us, but did you even recognize that about yourself? You know what I'm saying? So, self-help yourself and continue to learn things about your husband. So, go back to school, study, and get degree after degree after degree on your husband, because it should never be that you know everything about him always from, what I know today is going to be him the rest of his life. No. Life is changing. Like, our old bones, they're getting a little more achy. So there's some things we don't do that we used to do. I mean, even when we go in the gym, I'm like, oh, boo, I can't do that today. Like, my knees ain't feeling it. It's cold outside. Mm-mm. Or if I'm walking, funny, be like, oh, so no legs today. Right, boo, no legs today. But I'm being funny. But in all seriousness, like, don't stop studying your husband. Get to know him each and every day. And don't stop getting to know yourself. Get to know yourself and get to know your husband so that you can communicate some things like, I noticed this about me now and I'm feeling this type of way about certain things. I didn't feel that way before. Communicate that to him. And we know that most men don't communicate like we do. So you can communicate and tell him those things, and at the same time you're studying him, because he may not be aware of the changes in him. But if you're studying him, you can make him aware, or you can make him think to figure out why this. Anyway, that's my whole spiel. Like, don't stop now that you've gotten a prize. Don't stop growing in the knowledge of that prize, because your husband and yourself are like forever evolving, forever changing, and your marriage isn't, the same. Like, we used to have 2 kids in the house. Now we're down to 1. And in a couple years, she'll be gone. So then it'll be us. Like, it's always changing. So I encourage you to grab your book on marriage, to go into deeper conversation with your husband, to get to know him where he's at right now at this stage of life. That's my encouragement to you. So thank you. I feel like I've been smacking a lot, and if so, I'm so sorry. But thank you for joining me this week for His Daughter, His Queen. Continue to study your husband. I encourage you to do so. It's only going to make your life better. Right? So, I'm trying to think, is there anything else? No. But thank you for joining me this week. If you haven't subscribed, if you would like to subscribe, I would love for you to subscribe. If you're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you can look me up at his hashtag Hisdaughterhisqueen. I will leave all of that information in the description. Thank you guys for listening. I hope that it helped you in your journey towards a better marriage. Thank you for all you do. God bless you guys. Bye.